Justin Bieber says he had an emotional breakdown after realizing marriage wouldn't fix his problems. Hello people, welcome to the Plenty of Pop YouTube channel. Remember when Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin tied the knot? It was the talk of the world. Can't get enough of news or gossip about Justin Bieber? Then you've come to the right YouTube channel. Plenty of Pop fan. We've sourced Facebook groups, Twitter feeds, Reddit, Discord, and even Telegram boards to get you the most up-to-date info on your favorite celebrity or juicy Hollywood gossip. If you have a tip, story, or even correction on our intel, comment below and we'll be sure to follow it up. Let's dive right into what Justin is up to now. Justin Bieber has publicly discussed his mental health and revealed how he came to the realization that marriage to wife Hailey Baldwin wouldn't fix any of his personal problems. Justin Bieber discussed how he eventually reached a happy place in an interview with Apple Music's Ebro Darden last month. According to Bieber, when he got married in 2014, he had an emotional breakdown and things didn't go as he had initially expected them to. When asked about when he hit a breaking point with marriage, he explained that he experienced some emotional difficulty earlier on the process because he expected marriage to fix all of his problems and it was not seen as so by him. He noted that Baldwin was doing a good job by not doing that which he was expected, which ultimately encouraged him to do some self-reflection. Hailey Baldwin has been there for her husband Justin Bieber through his struggles. The singer has been open about his trauma, mental health, and relationships over the last few years. And recently, he sat down with Hailey in a podcast interview to talk about their relationship and marriage. Hailey said leaving Justin when he hit rock bottom wasn't an option. I just wouldn't do that to him, she said. Justin surprisingly canceled part of his 2017 Purpose Tour due to his mental health, and in early 2019, he began receiving treatment for depression. Hailey explained how she kept Justin during this difficult period by saying, "Imagine abandoning somebody in the middle of the worst time of their life, potentially. I'm not that type of a person." She also said that she was gonna stick it out no matter what the outcome was gonna be. Justin has been open about his struggles and said he was really suicidal at one point in his YouTube documentary, Justin Bieber Next Chapter. He says he experienced so many things in his life and was completely alone. Luckily, he got help. It dawned on him that he had a lot of healing to go through in order to have a healthy, serious relationship. He became committed to working on those things and getting healthy, and is thankful that Hailey accepted him as he was. Luckily, Hailey accepted me as I was. Even when we got married, there was still a lot of damage and hurt that I still needed to work through, but you've seen my heart through it all, he said in the episode. Justin Bieber has released a YouTube docuseries called Justin Bieber Seasons, where he reveals some of his personal history. Through the first 4 episodes are dedicated to Justin Bieber's journey as an artist, his process, and his relationship with wife Hailey. Things take a darker turn in the 5th episode, in which Justin vulnerably shifts into his battle with addiction and mental health challenges. He talks about how much he loved marijuana and why it led him down the wrong path. He goes on to talk more about his addiction. According to Justin in a voiceover, "The first time that I smoked weed was in my backyard here, got super stoned." He added, "And then I realized I like weed a lot. That's when I desire to smoke weed started. And then I started smoking weed for a while. And then started getting really dependent on it. And that's when I realized that I had to stop. I don't think it's bad. It's just that for me, it can be a dependency." In Justin Bieber Next Chapter, Justin talks about how he experienced suicidal thoughts and extreme pain as a teenager. "There was times where I was really suicidal," Justin divulged. Like, "Man, is this pain ever gonna go away? It was so consistent. The pain was so consistent. I was just suffering, right? So I'm just like, man, I would rather not feel this than feel this." For Justin, it can be hard to realize that you need to make some changes when your wife asks you to start cooking and cleaning more often. He added that after traumatic experiences, it's common for us to think of ourselves as someone who doesn't take responsibility for their situation, and that just comes from not thriving. Justin described his faith journey and how a relationship with Jesus allowed him not to be so hard on himself. He said, "Just the idea that I'm forgiven and that He's walking me through this journey, and day by day, I get to just get better and better and not be too hard on myself." Bieber, looking to inspire others and connect with the Lord, hopes that people could form a personal bond similar to his own. This man believes this will be able to motivate individuals through difficult times. In 2019, the singer announced he would be stepping away from music and find healing in order to give his family priority. The singer shared the photo with a lengthy caption explaining that he's now very focused on repairing some of the deep rooted issues he has, so that he doesn't fall apart and so that he can isolate the issues in order to sustain his marriage, create health for himself, and be the father he wants to be. Music is still very important to him, but nothing comes before his family or his health. He will come back with a kick-ass album as soon as possible. During his YouTube documentary, he said that as a teenager with access to whatever he wanted, he experienced mental health struggles. In the same documentary, he also offered advice for anyone going through similar issues. He encouraged people to say their feelings aloud and to take a step in the right direction with their mental health by opening up to someone else. Justin Bieber battled with a number of addictions, including alcohol, marijuana, and even drugs like MDMA and Molly. He'd take them as a way to escape his troubles or simply do it because it was something teens did at this time. Hailey explained that her husband's drug abuse was how he self-medicated his anxiety issues. Bieber became increasingly overwhelmed and stressed during his fame, when he also was struggling to maintain a healthy lifestyle in the spotlight. Bieber admits that he eventually reached a point where he felt like he was coping with his drug problems by isolating himself. His security team checked in regularly to check his pulse. He changed his lifelong habits and addiction, trading drugs for prescription medications that help him get out of bed in the morning. Bieber also recounts his bout with Lyme disease and mononucleosis before sharing changes he's made to repair his body as a result of years of abuse. Justin Bieber's Seasons is available to YouTube Premium subscribers now, with episodes 5 and 6 being added on February 10th and 12th. For non-premium subscribers, this will be an extended release as they need to wait until February 10 and 12 for episodes 5 and 6 respectively. Bieber said that he encourages people to have conversations that help with their mental health. He added that he could have avoided a lot of pain if he had done this sooner. His words come after similar comments made by the singer last year when he urged fans to have a healthy mind and healthy emotions. According to Bieber, I pray and meditate, things like that. I write music, listen to music. Music is very powerful. It can really help you when you're feeling low. The first episode of the documentary show fans an intimate look at Bieber's life during the coronavirus pandemic as well as reflections on his life growing up under the spotlight. I think that that's ultimately what's going to encourage the people of the world of like, it's discouraging out here sometimes. Life smacks you in the face and it can be hard to get back up. Justin said that once he realized God is compassionate and loving, it would change everything for him. From his different perspective, God is always loving and giving. He wants us to become better people so we can be more in tune with Him. With this viewpoint, his emotions have been transformed as he no longer sees God as an angry person, but rather a caring one that has our best interest in mind. Back in an interview with GQ last year, the singer elaborated on how relationships aren't always easy, as he was dealing with a lot of trauma during the start of his marriage. Bieber has previously opened up about his mental health and marriage, detailing how the two can impact each other. The first year of marriage was really tough, Bieber explained, because there was a lot of going back to the trauma stuff. There was just a lack of trust. There was all these things that you don't want to admit to the person that you're with because it's scary. You don't want to scare them off by saying, I'm scared. Justin Bieber's relationship has changed since he started believing in marriage, as he has continued to make memories with his wife. We're just creating these moments for us as a couple, as a family, that we're building these memories, and it's beautiful that we have those to look forward to. Justin Bieber has now announced a campaign that will offer help to encouraging mental health initiatives with BetterHelp. On April 5, Canadian singer Justin Bieber shared some thoughts on therapy and also gave a bit of his own experience, struggle, and struggles. Celebrities like Justin Bieber have been able to make good on a social enterprise that allows themselves to be open to those who are in need of help. Fans and the tour family alike can benefit from this service, furthering their support for their favorite entertainer. According to the outlet, the crew working on Bieber's Justin World Tour, 18-month, totally free access to mental health care professionals. The Justin Bieber initiative has been announced in partnership with BetterHelp. The announcement is great news for fans and members of his crew, as well as people suffering from mental illness. Canadian pop star Justin Bieber shared some of his thoughts on therapy and a bit about his own experiences and struggles with mental health. Changes in Bieber's life have led him to offer free counseling and free therapy services to his fans and supporters through Carlisle House. He feels humbled and blessed to be able to use his platform like this, connecting with troubled individuals who need a helping hand. It is claimed that the crew working on Justin Bieber's latest tour will have access to mental health care professionals for 18 months for free. Fans of the musician can sign up for a free month of therapy, which the mental health platform has dedicated over $3 million towards. According to BetterHelp, whether you're on the road or just going through it, your mental health matters. Justin and Hailey Bieber continue to support one another on In Good Faith with Chelsea and Judah Smith, speaking about the importance of sticking together through tough times. Justin committed to his mental health struggles while Hailey was determined to support him. Even after marrying Justin, Hailey noted that there were still a lot of personal struggles that needed to be worked through. Although she saw all his fear and hurt for the first few years of marriage, now he has started to heal, Justin continued saying. Hailey then chimed in and told that she never had any intention of leaving Justin to deal with his mental health and trauma on his own. I was in it, she said. I made a decision. Justin and Hailey discussed life decisions in an organized manner, striving for success with the full family in mind. We always had so many conversations about what were our goals, where did we want to end up at a certain age. Haley stated, we always talked about wanting to be married and be young, and have a young family, and have kids young. The Biebs is keen to have a bundle of joy soon. In his Amazon Prime documentary, Justin Bieber, Our World, which premiered in October, he said he ideally wanted to be a dad by the end of the year. His intention is to continue setting goals and having fun while doing them, he said. Make sure I put my family first and hopefully we squish out a little nugget. His wife Hailey wasn't opposed to the idea, but Justin made sure she knew the timing of it was up to her. It's up to you, babe, he told her. The singer recently sings about Hailey on the song Hailey, Off of Justice. Justin sings, Had a dream, I was high, holding on to the sky, but I heard your voice and stopped myself from falling on the first verse. The original version of Justin charted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart. Imagine abandoning somebody in the middle of the worst time of their life, potentially. I'm not that type of person, according to Hailey, so I was going to stick it out no matter what the outcome was gonna be. Hailey and Justin first started dating around 2014, but they broke up in 2016. Shortly after the breakup, they reconciled and got married in 2018. In early 2019, Justin began receiving treatment for depression, causing part of his 2017 Purpose Tour to be cancelled. Justin Bieber, entertainer and singer of Sorry, recently opened up about experiencing depression and suicidal thoughts in his upcoming 2020 documentary, Justin Bieber Next Chapter. In the podcast that was released during the release, he recalled one particular time during the worst days of his depression when he had a feeling of out-of-body experiences where he couldn't feel his hands and legs. Baldwin said during the podcast that watching her future husband struggle with depression was heartbreaking, but it also confirmed to her how much the singer meant to him. That's it for this video, Plenty of Pop fan. Remember to subscribe to our channel for the latest celebrity news and gossip. It's like candy you can't stop eating. We'll cover what celebrities are wearing, who's dating who, and not dating anymore. It's hard to keep up with the recent happenings in their lives. We'll satisfy your gossip fix daily. Comment below if there's a celebrity in particular you want us to cover or a juicy news tip you'd like to share.